going to create a lot of clarity on how the appeals and also how the licenses are being done in this country, sir. So these are some of the important points that the bill covers, and I feel that whatever members have raised regarding the issues of the bill, I was able to cover with this, sir. And especially there has been some discussion on the naming of the bill also. Bharatiya Vayuyan Videyak. I don't see what the problem is, sir. I have calculated how many words are there in the Act. 11,643 words are there in the entire Act. Out of 11,643 words, only 3 words. Only 3 words are in this Bharatiya Vayuyan Videyak. The rest of the text is completely in English. So there is no way how people feel that we are imposing certain thing. And in fact, when you are bringing these 3 words also, everyone should feel happy. I was hearing someone saying that you come from Telugu land and you are accepting this. Of course, I'll accept it. It is an Indian language. We are all proud of all the Indian languages that are there. And Bharatiya Vayuyan Videyak. In Telugu also, Bharatiya is Bharatiya only, sir. In Telugu, Vayu is also Vayu only, sir. So I treat this as a Telugu name also. And I treat it as a Sanskrit name also. I treat it as any other Indian language. So just by bringing the name of this act, I feel that everyone should feel proud of this and not oppose the naming of the act, sir. That is one point that I wanted to ensure this. And other than this, one of the important issues that have also been raised during the speeches, one was the airfares issue, sir. And it has been constantly coming up. Let it be 0 hour, let it be private members, or let it be question hour. And through the bill also, many members have raised this. And in fact, I've already mentioned this after taking charge as the minister also, sir, that one of my top priorities would be to make the airfares affordable and accessible to the common man of this country. Because
there should be some mechanism for flexi.
I'll get into it. Because our whole intention, our intention of the NDA government is that till now, till 2014, sir, this civil aviation was always like it was for certain sections of the civilized society. It was like civilized aviation. But once Honorable Prime Minister took charge, once Narendra Modi ji has taken charge, civil aviation was considered as civilian aviation, sir, and that is what our commitment is even today also. And to make it civilian aviation, this is a very important point which the ministry is also taking very seriously. But I would also like to tell the House that we have to understand the dynamics around the airfares also. It is not just the airline saying that, Acha, tomorrow I'll just put this air price at so-and-so price. There is a certain mechanism. There are lot of other factors which are included in the airfares, like the ATF, sir, the fuel cost, the airport security fee, user development fee, landing charges, and lot of these factors, and taking into account the market demand also, and especially when some vacations are there or some special events are happening. So there are a lot of dynamic factors which get included in deciding the fare of this thing. And also yesterday when a lot of people were speaking, they were also mentioning that how certain carriers have gone out of system also. Some important airlines like Jet Airways and other Deccan Airways and some important airways which were very optimistic in the area of civil aviation, they've all exited the aviation market, sir. So we have to create a balance. Now, if you see, we create so much pressure on the airlines that they totally are not in a situation to run, then we don't have any planes to run only. So we have to create a balance, and that is the balanced approach that the ministry is also looking at. Where there is a balanced approach, the airlines also shouldn't misuse or take advantage of the position of the passenger. And also at the same time, we are creating a level playing field so that the airlines also operate at a certain stage in the country. But on the directions of speakers, sir, also last time when there was a discussion on this, he said, why don't you meet the airlines? And we are doing it from the ministry, sir. We are having meetings with the airlines industry, and we are trying to ensure that there is no misuse or there is no disadvantage for the passenger here. And especially I would like to mention in the House also, because a lot of people have raised this issue across the benches, sir, and even Speaker, sir, has also taken cognizance of this. So we are thinking, sir, of setting up an online mechanism to take in grievances from not just the MPs, from also the public. And we'll put up a team in the ministry which is going to specifically look about these issues where they feel undue advantage has been taken or unnecessarily some unreasonable hike has happened in airfares. Whenever there is an issue like this, we're going to create an online system which will take care of the grievances. You can put in your grievances and with timely response, we are going to address this one and we are going to make sure that there is no undue advantage that has been taken by the passenger. And this much I want to tell the honorable members of this house, sir. And other than this, one important scheme that has been brought in by Honorable Prime Minister, I would like to mention it to the house again, sir, which is the RCS scheme. RCS Udan scheme was a total game changer for the civil aviation market in the country. And we should all be proud by the great vision Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji had to create this scheme back in 2016 itself, sir. And I take great pride in talking about this RCS Udan scheme, which is Regional Connectivity Scheme, Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagrik. And some of the success stories this has created. Now, I could see the positivity of most of the people, members who have spoken yesterday also. They have been proudly talking about the airports in their districts, airports in their constituency, how they have increased, how they want more connectivity happening, how they want the terminal capacity to increase. And I would like to take certain examples. One example is Darbhanga Airport, sir. Darbhanga city is a very historical city. When this was from the Maithili time, it was a very historic and important city. And it had one airstrip there, sir, which was running during 1950 and 1962. After 1962, there was no plane there. It was totally taken away from the civil aviation map of this country. And when RCS came into play, when Udan came into play, this was in 2020, after the airport was upgraded with spending 120 crores to the Udan scheme, the first flight from Darbhanga took off on 9th November 2020. And since then, sir, this was in 2020, the first flight took off. And in the year 2022-23, this was after the COVID also, the airport handled 6 lakh passengers in the whole year, sir. And that was the kind of change the RCS has brought in for this Darbhanga. And Jharsuguda Airport, there was no airport in Western Odisha. And there was a huge interest for all the people from Western Odisha that we should have an airport. Before 2014, before this RCS scheme, there was nothing which was addressing this issue. But once RCS was brought into place, even this Jharsuguda Airport, we have spent up to 202 crores, where we have created a new airport. And once that airport was brought in, 2019 first flight took off. And now that terminal is handling 2 lakh passengers per year, sir, which is a great achievement for Jharsuguda Airport. Then we have Pithoragarh Airport, Kalburgi Airport, Kishangarh Airport. Examples are numerous, sir, and these come from all the cities, all the states, all the union territories of this country. So this was the grand vision that Narendra Modi ji had, where we are going to take up those remote areas where there is a lot of demand for people to travel through airplanes. So that was when this RCS was promulgated and it was brought into effect. And we are running at the tune of more than 500 routes have started under RCS, sir. And more than 1.4 crore people of this country have traveled through this RCS routes. And that is something which we all should be proud of, sir. And other than that, we are going to, because of the success of this scheme, we are going to improve the scheme, sir. In the coming days, with the help of the central government, we are going to bring in RCS again, because it was a 10-year plan. And now we are seeing that there are some issues when the RCS is specifically for 3 years. Because the way that scheme was done is that for 3 years, we are going to help a certain airport or a certain route to take off. But it was not for a continuous time that the government is going to provide the support. We wanted to create the impetus. We wanted to create the push and the spark. So for 3 years, we were supporting. But now a specific situation has arrived where after 3 years, the airlines sometimes are backing away from that route. That also has been expressed by a lot of people. So we are going to address that issue. We have a process where after 1 year, we can bid that route and we can restart that route through RCS. And we need to extend the scheme of RCS because it has been a huge success and it has given a huge push to the civil aviation also. So definitely we are going to look into the expanding of RCS also, sir. And other than that, in the area of civil aviation, just like how the interest is growing on for having more airports and airlines, we want to have seaplanes also. That has been also a brainchild for Narendra Modi ji, who wants to see the seaplane industry also grow in this country. And there was certain policy which was made earlier but we have taken industry feedback also on Seaplane policy. They have requested for changes. We have done those changes, and very soon we are going to launch the new policy also, and that is going to open up a new whole area of air travel, sir. Wherever you have, afterwards you can, wherever you have these dams, wherever you have these lakes, wherever you have the sea connectivity, you can use the seaplane connectivity to connect those places again, which is going to create an alternate way of traveling, sir. So seaplanes is something we are looking at, and helicopters, sir. Now, if you look at the situation in India, helicopters are very, very low compared to the population or the size of the country we have. A Brazil city, Brasilia, itself has more than 500 helicopters, and we are looking at 250 something helicopters in the whole country. So there is a great opportunity to tap into the helicopter services in this country, sir. So what civil aviation is doing regarding it? We want to encourage manufacturing of helicopters in the country. We are trying to push it. Now, like I've said, there is the state of design element which is there in the Bharatiya Vayu Videyak, which is going to improve the setting up of plants, designing these helicopters. And once we have that network within the country, I'm sure there is a lot of, if the states can also support us. And I would like to specifically take the state of Madhya Pradesh to give as an example, sir. They are doing a wonderful job. They have connected their religious tourism circuits with helicopters. They have connected medical tourism. Uttarakhand AIMS has also put in one helicopter there so that it can cater to the difficult terrain, the unreachable areas in that state. So there are a lot of uses that helicopter services can provide also. And we, on behalf of Civil Aviation Ministry, are strongly looking into this area. And with the help of support from states, I am very sure, sir, that helicopter services are also going to increase multifold in the coming days to come. And there have been some other specific, most of the members, sir, and especially I would like to thank Honorable Senior Member of the House, Rudy ji, who has spoken yesterday, and it is a home court advantage for him. Whenever there is a civil aviation, it's a home court advantage. He brings in all the experience that he has, and he has rightfully elevated the discussion that was happening yesterday, and I'm very, very thankful to him for bringing in so much knowledge and enlightening. He's a pilot himself. He's a pilot himself. We recognize, the House recognizes, and he has elevated the whole sense of the debate here, and he has enlightened on how the civil aviation industry in India originated and how it traveled through over the years. And one specific mention he has done about Aero Club of India. And we take pride in Aero Club of India. It has all the services. And in future, we are going to see how we can collectively use the wisdom of Aero Club of India in the growth of civil aviation in this country. And I'm definitely looking into it personally also regarding this, sir. And some other suggestions like airfares was there, I've already addressed, sir. We will form a specific team in the ministry which is going to look into the airfares issue. And also, most of the members have talked individually about their state, their airports in the state, or their airports within their own constituency. So I would say, sir, it is very difficult. 36 members have spoken, and the names of the airports that have taken are more than 50. Each individual airport has a specific, I wouldn't say a problem, but they have a specific update, which I want to give to the honorable members. So if possible, I would extend through this August House, sir, whenever they have the time, they come and see me so that I can sit with them and explain to them exactly what is the necessary thing that needs to be done regarding that airport, sir. And I want to tell from side of the ministry that we are interested in creating more airports. We want the infrastructure around airports to increase. And the only challenge, the big challenge that we find today is the availability of land, which is why Saugadda was speaking yesterday, sir. And he was mentioning, ये थोड़ा show off की तरह है कि आपने इतने airport बना दिए, इतने airlines चल रहे हैं, ये show off की बात नहीं है, sir. If we wouldn't have tackled the infrastructure problem today, it is going to be a huge challenge in the future. आज अगर हम ये airports की issue का आज हम settle नहीं करते, आज तो लग रहा होगा हर जगह हमें लगेगा कि ये पिछड़ा जिला के यहाँ पे airport की क्या जरूरत है, यहाँ पे तो कुछ और बन सकता है, यहाँ पे तो ये पैसा कुछ और में हम लगा सकते हैं. But very soon that place is going to need airport, sir. And when that airport requirement is there, you won't get any land. So that is something which needs to be addressed today. And it has to be addressed by the states themselves, sir. airport has got a great potential to drive a state, and there are numerous examples like this. I can take the example of Shamshabad Airport, which was done in Hyderabad under then Chief Minister. He was there, sir. He is now Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, also Chandrababu Naidu ji. He took this village and Shamshabad, where they have collected 5,000 acres. And that 5,000 acres at that time, people were saying, why do you need 5,000 acres for the airport? And today, if you look at it, after 20 odd years, sir, that 5,000 acres is not enough right now for the services that the airports are requiring. And this is a challenge many big cities are facing today. Chennai, Mumbai, Kolkata, all these places, if you see, all of them are very tightly knit into small lands right now. And we want to expand those airports, but there is no land available. And if you want to acquire more land, the price of the land has become so much that it is totally unviable to do expansion in those areas. So I am advising all the members here and also through you to the states that you represent, that if you can focus on getting that land parcels today itself, you are going to create airport infrastructure which is going to be useful for generations to come. It is very difficult tomorrow to address this land issue. Even today, yesterday when I was hearing the speeches, a lot of people have already mentioned about land acquisition, how it is a problem. Right now only if you want to take those areas for airport development, there is a lot of land acquisition problems just like anywhere else. So we have to tackle this problem, sir. And from our side, whatever support is needed from the central government, we are going to provide just like we have done for the last 10 years. And we are committed to improve the airport infrastructure in this country under the leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. And that is our commitment to all the states. Patna